I am Kayla Betts, the instructor. This is Kay Helm, and she is my student. Kay had already read the book Stregonona, and we're going to first start by taking a picture walk through the story. I'm going to ask her some questions about the pronouns that she has already learned about. All right, Kay, what's going on in this picture?
It's a village, and there's a lady handing something to some visitors in the village.
Okay, who is she?
Stregonona.
And what does the word Stregonona mean?
Grandma Witch.
Awesome job. All right, who is she?
Stregonona.
And can you tell me what's happening in this picture?
She's helping people.
Very good. She is helping people. Point to Stregonona in this picture, please. Very good. Listen to this sentence. But Stregonona was getting old, and she needed someone to help her keep her little house and garden. So she put a sign up in the town square. Who is she?
Stregonona.
Very good. She is Stregonona. I would continue on with reading the story with Kay and going through again the different pronouns, identifying Big Anthony. So that is what basic story walk looks like through the story. All right, Kay, our next step is going to be doing some vocabulary words. What I want you to do, I want you to look at the vocabulary words here. These are some pictures, and I want you to match the word to picture. As Kay is doing this, this will be the next step of the anaphoric cuing. Again, letting her get a visual of what the word actually is and identifying that through the story. Very good. You remember those words from the story. Okay, nice job. Let's look at the words together. What word is this?
Wart.
What word is this?
Cupboard.
Yes, cupboard. What word is this?
Priest.
And
Platter.
this is a
Sister. Barricade.
what is this?
Potion.
And who are they?
Townspeople.
Very good. They are the townspeople. What are they doing?
Applause.
And
Convent.
very good. So again, that would be matching the word to picture with the vocabulary words. Our next step, again, pretending that Kay is already familiar with the story, she would complete the priming activity. Now again, I already stated in this video that Kay had read the story, so we're going to pretend that Kay has never seen this story before. The priming is always given before she actually reads the story. And for Kay's sake, she's just going to start by answering some of these questions. Again, she can use her book to help her with answering these questions. You can go ahead and get started. As Kay does that, she will be just flipping through the pages in the story. She'll be covering the words and not looking at the words and just looking at the pictures. It helps students visualize. Nice job, Kay. All right, nice job. Let's look at the first one together. What is the story about? What is the story about? By looking at this title, what do you know it's going to be about?
A lady called Stregonona.
Okay, very good. And you also were looking in here already, and you know it's going to be about a what?
A magic pot.
A magic pot. Very good. Now, you never read this story before, so tell me, without looking at the words, who is she? She is a what? She is a
woman.
A woman. Very good. She is a woman. And if I tell you that this is Big Anthony, he is a
boy or man.
Very good. He is a boy and he is a man. What is she pointing to?
Pot.
She is pointing to a pot. And what is Big Anthony doing in this picture below?
Taking care of animals.
Very good. What type of animal is this?
Rabbit.
Very good. It is a rabbit. Okay. What do you think Stregonona is doing in this picture?
She's has her hands over a pot.
Okay, so she has her hands over the pot. Do you think she's going to be saying anything to the pot?
She could be.
Okay, again, and we'll read on further to find out what's going to happen. Now, let's take a look at this page here, okay? What is Big Anthony giving to Stregonona? What is she giving? What is he giving to her?
A pumpkin.
Very good, a pumpkin. And we would continue on with this. We would go through both sides of the priming activity, okay? Now that Kay completed the priming activity, what she would then do would be to read the story to herself. Then we would go over again with her, okay? Okay, now the next step we're going to do is the basic story analysis. Okay, you are not able to use your book for this section, so what I want you to do, please look at the instructions and go ahead and just complete just 1, 2, and 3 for me, please. The basic story analysis kind of gives her, she's summarizing what she has already learned. It could be questions like, who is Stregonona? What did Big Anthony do? Why did Stregonona talk to the pot? And so there's different questions like who and what. Nice job. All right, let's look at numbers 1, 2, and 3 together. Okay, what was the story about?
Stregonona and a magic pot.
Very good. Who were the two main characters in the story?
Stregonona and Big Anthony.
And what does Stregonona mean?
Grandma Witch.
Awesome job. And again, she would complete this independently on her own. And when she gets finished, again, we would talk about it together. Okay, the next step is the higher level story analysis. These questions get a little bit more difficult. These questions kind of ask how. Some of them are opinionated questions, and it's for her to understand the true meaning of the story that she just read. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you just to complete 1 and 2, and we'll go over those together. This strategy can also be used. You can make sentence strips that if you have a student who has fine motor difficulties, you can actually have sentence strips that have the answers, and that student would have to match the answer with the question given. Okay, nice job. Let's go ahead and look at number 1. What does Big Anthony overhear and see when working at Stregonona's house? What does he hear?
Stregonona talking to a pot.
Very good. She is talking to a pot. And when Big Anthony tells the townspeople about the magic pasta pot, how do they react?
They don't believe him.
They do not believe him. Awesome job with that. Okay, the next step would be visualizing. What Kay would do is this basically kind of helps with the higher order thinking skills. She would have to read what the directions are, and then she would draw a picture. And for this case, what it says is, the story tells about Stregonona and Big Anthony's responsibilities and jobs they both hold in their community. Draw a picture of responsibilities you maintain at home and at school. So Kay would then draw a picture of her responsibilities at school and home. Okay, so that would be the visualizing component. Okay, and the next step we're going to look at together, and this will conclude the wrap-up of the anaphoric cueing, is the pronoun reference. What Kay would do, she would read the directions, and we kind of did this in our basic story walk at the beginning of the story where I asked her who was she, I had her point to that character, who was he, who are they, identifying those pronouns. And what Kay would do is she would look at the example given, she would draw a line that would go to the pronouns, and it would go to the reference word. So I'm just going to read you the directions. In stories, we use words like she, he, her, him, we, they, them, it, our, and their, instead of saying the name of the person, place, or thing. Here are some sentences from the story. The pronouns or shortcut words are printed in red. Draw a line from each red word to the persons or things it refers to in the sentences. Here is an example. Let me read this to you. But Stregonona was getting old, and she needed someone to help her. As you can see, here are your words, your pronouns, and I'm drawing it back to Stregonona because I know that she refers to who?
Stregonona.
And her refers to?
Stregonona.
Just do number 1, please, and we'll check that together. Awesome job. Read number 1 to me, please.
Big Anthony had a nice bed to sleep in next to the goat shed, and he had food to eat.
Okay, who does he refer to?
Big Anthony.
All right, and this concludes the anaphoric cueing procedure.